Welcome to Action Movie Anatomy on Popcorn Talk, the online broadcast network dedicated to movies. I'm your host, Ben Bateman. I'm joined today by my excellent co-host, Andrew Guy, and our special guest today, Matthew Haggerty, who is well immersed in the movie industry, working as an AD on many, many huge blockbusters and awesome films, including most recently Jurassic World, right? It's coming out pretty soon.
That's correct. We just wrapped that last summer.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome to have you here, so thank you for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
So this is the very first, the maiden voyage of the Popcorn Talk show Action Movie Anatomy, which was a dedicated show to the best action movies of the 80s, 90s, and today, and we are going to jump right into it. So today's movie, Air Force One, falls into a very specific set of rules that we use every week to establish which movies we can do on this show. So rule number one, the movie is 1981 or forward in its release date. Rule number two, the hero and the villain are always the smartest guys or girls in the room. Rule number three, the hero always plays by their own rules. Rule number four, there's at least one explosion. And the fifth rule, of course, is that the movie is driven by a police officer, a military figure, or a political figure. If a movie hits four of those five rules, it flies. All right, so we are going to introduce something new today, guys. And we don't really have a clever name for it, so if you're watching this and you think that we should call it something specific, we're going to call it either bold statement or thesis statement right now. But this is a thought about the movie that we each as like hosts and analysts have that is pretty strong. Boom! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show! Welcome to Action Movie Anatomy! I'm your host, Ben Bateman, and this is Action Movie Anatomy on the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network dedicated to talking movies and all things movie-related. We have a really, really, really special show today.
It's a pretty exciting day.
This is insane. By the way, this is Andrew Guy, everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
You're wearing a tie today, Andrew.
I'm wearing a tie, a suit, a tie clip, socks.
You look sharp.
It's a good day.
You look sharp. This is like another face-off episode, but we digress. We have two ridiculously special guests in the house today. Andrew mentioned we're doing Warrior, one of the favorite movies of all time of this podcast.
Absolutely.
We have the writer and the director of the movie in-house.
Holy shit.
This is insane. We have Gavin O'Connor and Anthony Debackus. Round of applause, everybody.
Go, do this. Yeah?
Can't clap, I'm not clapping first.
Yeah, don't clap for yourselves. It's no classy guys.
Very aggressive opening. That's a very aggressive opening to the show.
Andrew? There's no clapping for that.
I'll clap for that aggressive opening, like that, the whole voiceover thing. And now I know how to pronounce Andrew's name, so I got.
Oh, perfect.
The thing about Nolte that was, when Nick didn't have anything to do with, like, if there were scenes where he kind of really didn't have to do much, it could be brutal. Because he would, like, it's action, and then you just hear, and I'm like, cut, I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, Nick, how many movies have you made? Like, you're actually playing your guitar while I'm shooting.
On set. Like,
while I'm rolling.
By the way, with a tiny amplifier box.
It wasn't
I didn't hear you say action.
It wasn't a ukulele, it was an electric guitar.
But when he had scenes that were, the meaty, weighty, emotional scenes, he was like laser focused.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay, the third one I would pick, and I know you guys are not gonna like this, is Mission Impossible 3.
What? No,
Sorry, guys. I don't know.
Outrageous.
Okay,
This
listen.
is absurd.
Done with you. Done with you. No.
I mean, I don't doubt that his acting ability is there, but Damien, that's literally top 5.
Come on.
literally
I love this.
right out of my mouth.
Okay, the second one,
Outrageous.
and we've said it before, I would go with Die Hard.
Over Gruber?
Yes!
Bateman, you gotta calm down, man.
I'm not saying
chill,
I'm not
bro.
saying over anyone. I'm saying also next to, understudy.
Okay,
They
okay.
could easily swap in, and
This
it would
is
still be
tough.
as good of a movie.
Okay.
If you
And
say General Hummel next, I'm gonna
I'm
throw
not.
a chair.
I'm not.
and lose it.
Yeah, it's 2 of my top 5. You just. In any case, let's get into fist pump moment. This is easily one of the most fun things we get to do on the show, especially for this movie, because as it is for the Patriot for you.
Oh, I have such a good fist bump for this.
This whole movie is a fist bump. For me.
Over and over and over. Yeah.
So the fist bump moment, guys, is when you're watching the movie. Maybe you're with your buddies, maybe you're not, and something happens, and it could literally be anything. It could be a whole scene. It could be the music. It could be a headshot. It could, anything. And the opening credits, and you just watch it, and you just have this yes, this is so awesome. Like, are you seeing this right now?
Yeah.
Is anybody else seeing this? That is the fist pump
So
moment.
it's basically like the 3 days leading up to
us
watching this movie.
I was so excited.
So excited.
So what's your fist pump moment?
Yeah. My fist pump moment is when Joseph Gordon-Levitt unveils his Miata.
For those of you on audio, there was just an intense stare between us that just happened.
No, my fist my fist bump moment is when it's the same scene. I'm really glad we just shared that together.
The same scene.
It's the same
actually
scene.
when he unveils his Miata.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome back to another episode of Action Movie Anatomy. We're covering a classic today. This is The Running Man. Ah, stick around. We're going to talk about it. Ah.
Yeah, also, guys, just for the record, it's been announced now, and it's been since we were on the show last week, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've said it yet. We got a big day coming up.
We're
don't
going
we?
on the Schmodown.
Yes, we
Andrew and I are going on, and on March 14th, you're going to watch us compete against Joelle Monique and Emma Fife.
Yes.
And we're going on to represent Popcorn Talk, to represent Action Movie Anatomy. We're going to be doing, the Schmodown. So we're going to do trivia, the whole thing. We're so excited. We love trivia, and let's get to this game. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to a very special episode of Action Movie Anatomy. Yes, today we turn 100, guys. 100 episodes, 2 years, and we saved this one, Heat. One of the greatest action films of all time for the 100th episode. Hang out with us while we break the whole thing down for you guys. We'll see you in a second. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
Ha-ha. Ha-ha.
Something about it makes it sound sweeter today.
It does.
It's because there's a bottle of scotch on the table.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Action Movie Anatomy. We're here. We're back. It's episode 100. You've been with us for 2 years and 100 fucking episodes, and we're here to talk about Heat.
Oh my gosh, man. It's so crazy to think of the meetings that we had putting together this show and trying to design an outline for a movie. Just anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Anything.
I know.
And here we are, 2 years later, 100 episodes. Wow.
100 bottles of scotch.
100 bottles, definitely 100 bottles of
What
scotch.
you guys don't know is that in the pre-show notes every day, we would drink a full bottle of scotch. No, just kidding.
We would. Ha! I tricked you. What's going on? Who knows? I'm about to break it down for you guys. It's Wednesday. It's Action Movie Anatomy. And of course, it is the gray. Let's do some improvisational comedy. We'll see you in just a second.
Coming up right now, we have a brand new segment. It's called Schmodown
Corner.
I think his balls just dropped. All right, Jules, we can cut the segue.
Oh, the ball's dropping. Way to go, Jason Inman. Guys, I don't know if you see what I see here, but it's a gigantic. It's gigantic.
Let's make sure we lower that so that the frame can fully capture it.
like that.
Yeah, there you
I wanna
go.
go all the way back up.
You're just gonna do some curls with your trophy?
Yeah, just do that. And then what it says on the bottom, it says Andrew Guy, aka Goat Killer, Movie Trivia Schmodown 2018 Moment of the Year. Guys, this was made by Nick Gilmore in the Action Army, who we actually shouted out at the top of the show, but we had to give a little more love. I got a trophy. I mean, this is a ridiculously gigantic trophy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
If you
but
guys
I
are wondering,
love it.
did Andrew repurpose his soccer trophy from when he was 12 and make this up? He didn't. This arrived in an offensively large box
It
today.
was so large. The box is over there, taking up the entire couch. I had no idea. He had sent me a picture, and it was small.
Yeah.
In the picture, it looked very small. I thought it was gonna be like this big.
I think this is probably like the size of box that like Denzel's sponsor Tommy Bahama Gear shows up to set in. So all right, guys, there's only one last thing left to do on the show here, and that's called
The Pitch. Wow. Ooh, that one was deep.
Yeah, it was good. It's
a good one.
You're really good.
I've
good
gotten
at that.
really good at that.
Solid.
One
Yeah.
of the few skills I have.
So coming up, we have one last thing left to talk about on the show, and that's called The Pitch.
It's gotten really good.
It's really good. I feel like we're very strong at it.
We should start a band.
Yeah, acapella.
What are we doing?
So the deal is, guys, that if you were to look at Gerard Butler and you were to establish just how thirsty you are for Jared, for Jerry B, and you knew that he was great, like just the best, and now you had to go through his filmography and pick the 5 movies that you think, based on their titles, would be most interesting to you, and you knew nothing about the movies, what 5 movies would you pick?
We need to accept them in
Yeah.
his voice, by the way.
So, really, I would love to play Frankie in Dear Frankie. Yeah, really.
You
2,000 theaters it's going to be released in. I'll be there. Dear Frankie. I'm Frank.
Dear Frankie, that's
Dear
number-
Frankie, that's my number 1. So, that being said, there is only one thing left on the show, and that is called The Pitch.
The pitch.
It's really weird when we do it by ourselves. We never tell our guests, and Ben and I have like this thing that we do. We always just like to see your guys' reaction.
The
It's weird.
pitch?
The pitch.
Like.
And then I growl. I started
Oh my
growling for
God.
some reason.
I need to know what this means.
We don't know. And he just makes weird sounds now. We both go the pitch, and then we make our respective weird sounds.
And then what happens?
The pitch! I had to extend it. Nice. That's good. I like that. The pitch! Mom, you didn't do it.
The pitch.
Beautiful. Oh, really? Chasing Mavericks, you say, is the name of the film? Oh, I've been waiting to read a script like this for some time. I'm a bit of a maverick myself. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this about me, but I actually just came off of another film where I played a great warrior in Coriolanus.
Wait, what?
Can you say the name of the film again, please?
Coriolanus.
No, I missed it, Jared. Jared, one more time. Coriolanus?
Terrific. Thank you. I'm glad you're on board to do the film.
But
This is wonderful. What do you have next?
I've decided I've done a pretty hefty number of actioners, as they call in America. I grew up watching romantic films, and I don't know much about it. I haven't read the script yet, but I think this film, it's called P.S. I Love You. Oh, right. This is the thing you can throw on the bottom of a letter, in case you forgot to write something else. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what P.S. means, but but I love you. You know, I remember the first time I fell in love, and it was actually in a cherry orchard, which is why I've decided to take the film The Cherry Orchard.
He did a movie called The Cherry Orchard. You picked some good ones.
I have no idea what it's about. Oh, my last one is the best. It's the best.
Marissa, have you turned our mics off yet?
She left.
Oh, she's gone.
She left.
She's out of the show. So that's gonna be that. The last thing we have left to do is called The Pitch.
What is that thing you've started doing?
I don't know. Try to add every week to it.
It's good. I love it.
Penguin, just in general, his ability to have like all these gadgets and his like thugs being geniuses that can rewire the Batmobile are just like, where did all this come from? None of this makes any sense. And speaking of not making any sense, we actually have a segment we're introducing on the show today that I think is perfect to talk about.
Yep.
It's a Brandon Hanna inspired, created segment. It's called Film Physics, right? That's what we're calling it?
That's what he's calling it.
That's what he's calling it. Inspired by his YouTube channel originally. He wanted to do this on his show, so we figured, let's try it out here. Let's see how it fares. Let's see if it can fly.
I see what you did there. Yeah, so Brandon, let's have you take it away. Tell us a little bit about your idea of the Film Physics episode based off of Batman Returns.
All right, well, first of all, you'll have to excuse me, guys, because I'm kind of having an Andrew Guy armpit stain kind of moment where my glasses are fogging up uncontrollably.
The best thing to do is to never acknowledge it and keep sweating.
and every time it cuts back to Andrew, just wave your hand in front
Every
of your
time
face
you feel like you're not on camera, go like,
Okay. Well, welcome to Film Physics. This is the segment of the show where we hold filmmakers accountable for their blatant disregard for scientific accuracy. And as Ben alluded to, today we will be discussing the science behind the Penguin's helicopter umbrella.
The Penguin weighs way too much to not put enough science into this umbrella. He does not want to get his fat ass up like 50 feet up in the air, and then that's how the Penguin dies.
Right.
Is his helicopter umbrella does not fly, or it stops flying, or he tail spins out and then crashes. That's not the way it goes.
I think there's a decent argument in that favor. I
don't believe you.
The flipper hand would in theory mean that he would have more grip on the umbrella handle. But in the end, I actually think that his ability to hold on to the handle would be the problem. Not his weight. Not his weight, nor in fact the actual ability of the umbrella thing to fly.
The motor itself.
I think that's all fine. That's sound science. If he can rewire the Batmobile, then his guys have put a lot of science into that. I'm not going to argue with that. What I am going to argue with is his tiny forearms. He does no exercise. Look, I'm a pretty in shape guy, and when I try to do like biceps 2 days in a row, I can feel the grip in my forearms.
Okay.
It's like difficult. Trying to lift his entire body weight with, it looks like usually one hand. There's no way. That's the part of it that would fail. He would fall I don't even think he would lift off.
I would like to say in the film he steps on a thing at the bottom of the umbrella.
The handle, yeah.
There's a handle that comes out. It would fool.
It would break.
it would break. The flippers would slip. He would die. Janine, what do you think? Do you have a hypothesis?
I think people would see that disgusting stain on the back of his onesie and start throwing fruit at him.
He's
and
wearing a tuxedo.
He would fall out of the sky.
So whether or not he does fly, the stain itself would ruin his chances.
The next film in my canon is a film. It's called Law Abiding Citizen, because the character I'm playing is actually not a law-abiding citizen.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh. Highbrow, Jared. I'll be in the film with several Oscar winners, including Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Oh,
I'm a huge fan of Jamie Foxx.
All right. I think it's time for Jared to kind of take a step back from the action. And I am going to be taking a venture into family with Naya, Legend of the Golden Dolphin. Now, I'm not Naya, and I'm not a dolphin.
He did a film called Naya, the Legend of the Golden Dolphin.
I think it's coming out next year.
I'm impressed.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Action Movie Anatomy.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's my show now. This is the Andrew Guy Show. Every Wednesday, 2 p.m., we're here to talk all things Andrew. I'm just kidding, guys. My good friend, my co-partner, my co-host, he got pulled over. He did. He got pulled over. He was texting. He was actually talking to me about the Schmodown as we do while driving. I believe he even said in the carpool lane. So he's going to have quite a hefty bill there. So if you want to go donate to me on our Patreon, you can do that for Ben. I won't give him any money. But yeah, he should be joining us in just a minute. Guys, this is Action Movie Anatomy. It's Wednesday. It's The Gray, one of my absolute, I want to say favorite, but maybe forgotten about films. It's a movie I hadn't revisited in so long. I'm going to go over here. It feels weird being on that wide. But I do have Marissa Serafini in the booth. Marissa, how you doing today?
I'm great, Andrew. Look at us. We showed up.
We did. Look at us. We're on time. We showed up. No tickets.
That's right.
We're doing our job.
Yes, we are.
Guys, welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. This is the network talking. Wow, that was tough. Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. The network dedicated to talking movies and pop culture by the bucketfuls. I'm Andrew Guy. That is usually my host, Ben Bateman, Ben Bateman Media. If you want to follow him on Twitter, you guys can find me at Andrew Guy. And yeah, this is Action Movie Anatomy. We do this every single show, or every single week on Wednesday. We've done about 200 of these shows. We're getting very, very close to episode 200, but we're not quite there yet. Gonna be a very special episode, I'm sure.